Welcome to Heartland Dual Sport. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make something in your shop that not only you could save money by building it, but it may save you a radiator as well. So let's get to the video. Thanks for tuning in to Heartland Dual Sport, and I hope that this video will be helpful for many of you. And I'm just going to start off by telling you this. This has already happened to me and it's cost me some money, so if I can try to save you guys some money, I figure that's what this whole channel is about, is helping others in the community. So here's what happened. I've got on my Broadway Power Sports t-shirt. Broadway Power Sports is located in Tyler. That's where we bought our Honda CFR450rl. And I went and picked it up. I've got a 5x8 trailer that I purchased from Tractor Supply, and I bought that trailer twofold, one to carry my kayaks and one for the motorcycles. At the time, I only had the KLR, but the KLR would still fit on there just the same. So here's the scenario. I go and pick up my bike, and I'm trailering it home because it's about an hour ride from the house, and Angie couldn't help me go get it, so I've trailered it home. Here's what happened. Get the bike hooked up, got it strapped down on both sides. I'm pulling out and one of my straps breaks, the motorcycle falls over and it hits the short rail on the side of this trailer. And actually at the time you couldn't hardly tell there was any damage on the bike. When I got home, and I didn't realize how significant the damage was until I got ready to put on my Flatland Racing radiator guards. As you guys, if you've been watching our channel for a long time, you know we had them on our DRZ, and we really enjoy working with Flatland Racing because they make a great product and it does help your radiators. But at this point I've got a big D shape in mine from where it slammed onto the side of the trailer. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how you could build a wheel stand, for lack of better words, to help hold and stabilize your bike, not only from loading it and getting it onto the trailer, as well as I think you could also use it to help set the sag, and we'll do that in another video as well. But for the main purposes, this will be a way that you could save money, not only buying a pre-made one, but just using scrap around your house, or maybe even you work somewhere and you know they've got a bunch of pallets stacked up. A lot of your pallets are made out of oak and a heavier duty wood than like the pine would be, but it could be something that you could actually build on the cheap. The wood that we're going to be using in this video I actually milled up on my sawmill. It's going to be scraps off the sawmill, so there is going to be a lot more processing that you shouldn't have to do just to square up the wood. But we're going to start out, it's going to be real simple, and I'll show you a diagram. I've hand drawn this. I've also got, at the very end of the diagram, I've also got some optional braces that you could put in there. But I will tell you this, the way that we built our stand, it actually will hold the motorcycle without the extra bracing. So the bracing would be up to you. This bike weighs less than 300 pounds. If you was going to put the KLR on it, you may want to go ahead and add those extra braces, especially depending on the wood that you use. But to start out and keep everything really simple, all you're going to need is a few hand tools. You're going to need a saw, a tape measure, a pencil, a screw gun, and then an optional item that you may want to look into is the Craig jig. Craig jigs just make your joints a little bit stronger if you glue them. And with the glue, with saying the glue, if you'll notice in the video, I'm just using regular glue. They do make a version 3 type bond, and the version 3, it's a green bottle. I'm out of it. I wasn't going to go to the store to go buy any, but it does waterproof. Along with the glue, another option would be some boiled linseed oil, and that's what we use to finish ours. So to get started, let's go ahead. We're going to need 4 pieces of wood that are 22 inches long, and then we're going to need one piece that's 30 inches long, and that's going to be the bottom piece that goes across and that's what stabilizes the actual wheel stand. Now, if you'll notice on the drawing that I posted, I did not put a measurement for that gap between the 2 pieces of wood, whether it be the horizontal or the verticals that's actually going to hold your tire. You need to measure your tire and make sure that it fits. Now, we've got the 21-inch tire both on the CRF as well as the KLR. So it was actually the same measurement, give or take a little bit for the different size knobbies or street tires that you may have on. That the biggest deal is, I believe on ours it was actually 3 1/8 difference on the width. So that's how I laid it out and cut it out. I just used a tape measure. You could get really fancy and use calipers, but this is just a simple how-to video on how to save you some money, and maybe you won't have a dented radiator. Again, after you get the pieces cut, it's going to go together real simple. If you use the Craig jig, you'll actually be able to just, and I'll show that process, you're just going to drill holes in at an angle if you've never used a Craig jig. If you don't have a Craig jig, it ain't no big deal, because you can turn the wood over and screw in from the bottom with regular wood screws as well. In this video, I'm calling it a how-to video. Now, I also understand that everybody that could be watching this video is going to have a different skill set. They're not necessarily going to have all the tools that I have in our shop. And that's okay, because I started out using nothing but hand tools, and to be honest with you, hand tools is one of my favorite tools to use anymore anyway. If you're using pallet wood or store-bought wood, it's probably already pretty much square. You can double check that, and even with a hand plane you could go in there and square it up and get it truly squared up if that's what you wanted to do. But it's not that important. Basically, you just want your joints as tight as you can get them. Go ahead and glue them and screw them together, and that will help it last in the longevity. So following along in the video, we're going to be basically, at this point, we've got our 4 22-inch pieces cut. We've got the 1 30-inch piece, which is going to be your long base, and then we've got 4 more pieces that are anywhere from 5 to 6 inches, and I'm using that as a rough. There's no exact science here. If you got some scrap left over from the wood that you're already using on this, just kind of divide it up to where you have at least 3 pieces. I said 4 just for an extra. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to put that together and kind of brace it all together using this. Again, this is another piece of hardwood, so that it's just going to make it that much sturdier. Using the hardwood in my mind is one of the reasons that I didn't put the extra braces in, and I do not intend for this to actually hold the weight of the KLR ever on its own. It just helps you when you can actually roll your bike up into the trailer, put it into this wheel stand, if you will, and the bike will stay there and not fall over, which gives you the opportunity to not be in a huge hurry to get your bike tied down. This month, the month of October, we're going to be doing a series of videos, and we're going to be covering basically from the wheel stand. We're going to talk about straps in a video, one of the show and tell videos this month. We're going to be showing you some other options on how you can stabilize your bike using some tie down buckles on the foot pegs, as well as just checking your straps and make sure you got good solid straps. I'm going to try to get some straps ordered in, and we're going to compare some and take some notes, and then you guys will have a lot more options to think about how you want to tie your bike down. Some of you may be asking right now, hey, we're on KLRs, we're on adventure bikes, why do we even want to know how to tie our bike down? That's a great question. A lot of people want to take their bike camping instead of moto camping. And I know that just from talking to the guys that I met up in Michigan, if you guys haven't checked out any of those videos, I'd like to encourage you to go watch some of them as well. But I rode from here to Michigan, met up with the Brotherhood of the Bearded Pigs, and they've actually got family down here in Texas, and they were talking about tying down, they're buying a trailer and trailering their bikes down because they'll be bringing their family and spending time with their family, but they want to try to come down here and ride some with me. So this is just another option. Maybe your bike's broke down and you've got to trailer it or put it in your pickup to take it to the shop. So these are some options that we have. Now, I will go on to say Harbor Freight does make a wheel cock that's actually really nice. I'll show you a picture of that. If you guys don't have the skill set to put this together as we're following along in the video, then there is options for affordable ones, and I will show you a video of the one from Harbor Freight, because I did go ahead and do that just for a comparison video so that I can kind of show you the pros and cons to both. The one that we're building in this video will actually hold your bike up. The one from Harbor Freight holds your tire probably better, but it doesn't really give you a true, you can walk off and leave your bike while you're trying to strap it down. I can try to go in more in depth on showing you guys how to put all these pieces together. I feel like the video is kind of showing you in the background how you can put it together and make it work for you. But the biggest deal is this is an affordable option to keep your bike standing while you're trying to tie it down. The entire month of October, show and tell videos is going to be a series of videos that are tying down how to tie down your bike properly and how you can end up not dinging your brand new bike up with it falling over from something stupid. A mistake that I made was using an old strap. The strap broke and fell over before I even got out of the parking lot. And I've got to give it to Broadway Power Sports. All the guys that seen what happened, they came running across the street and helped me get it re-tied down, and it was just a dumb mistake on my part. If your straps are as old as I am, get some new ones. So again, guys, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. If there's anything that you feel like I didn't cover well enough in the video, please comment down below. I would also like to hear from you guys. What are you using to tie down your bike, whether you're taking it to the shop because it won't start, or maybe you're taking it camping, or taking it on these other adventures and you're actually trailering it some. What are you guys using, and how do you keep your bike stabilized while you're trying to get it tied down in the trailer or the bed of your pickup or whatever you're using? Again, guys, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and we truly appreciate each and every one of you. So again, I hope you all have a blessed week, and let's go ride.